Hello, hello.
I love that intro music, it gets you pumped up to get on that stage and hit people with value, information, entertainment. Let's get it.
I think it's a bit too chilled for that. It's sort of like, hi everybody, we're live again. Let's talk AI and
No, it
creative.
doesn't need to be like that. It doesn't need to be
It's
like that
the
at
Get
all.
AI creative elevator music. It's like
It is a little bit, yeah. We're now going up to floor 12, 1% better every floor. How you doing, guys?
Oh,
What's
look,
going
we
on?
got our first comment. Hi,
Whoa.
Already,
Jane.
Jesus, we just
Soon.
started.
Already. Jane is on it. Knife and dagger,
We didn't say
too.
nothing yet. We didn't say
I know.
nothing yet.
Good. I
Oh,
Yeah, I
love
love
it.
that's
it.
nice.
We
We haven't said
appreciate
anything.
y'all.
We haven't even started. Which way are we going to go
So
today?
now I feel like the pressure, people expect us to say some
Go on,
wise
Alex,
things.
do your
And we
joke.
will.
Do
And we
your
will.
jokes.
Make us laugh, make us smarter. How has the week been for you, dear friends? It's Tuesday today. How was the Monday? How was the Tuesday? Also, for you folks watching this and listening to this, let us know in the comments. Type it fast.
Yeah, let
Topic,
us
topic.
know. It's been, look, I can't believe it's August, like 1 week in, we've got the Hendo and the Christelle entering into some major decades
Yeah, there's a
soon
big
this
shift.
month.
There's a big shift happening.
So
But me too. I turned 30. I turned 30 like
I
1 month ago.
know.
So big
Isn't
numbers.
that
No?
funny? 30, 40, 50. It's good stuff.
It's a constellation, it's accumulation of knowledge. Together we are like 50. No, it's more than 100. It's more than 100 years of accumulated knowledge. Is that not
That's
amazing?
pretty good. 120 years of knowledge right here, live on YouTube, X,
I just saw
LinkedIn.
Christelle count, like, how do you count like that? What was that? Like one, two?
Yeah,
What is
but
that?
it's like
What are
that.
those?
1, 2, 3.
West Coast, baby.
That's like emoji counting, isn't it? You got to give it all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
6 fingers.
Well, I'm not sure about that, folks, because fun fact, when you do this in Italy, it means your wife is cheating on you. So you might be careful for the Italian audience when you do that gesture.
Is there anybody from Italy watching, apart from Alex's mother? Obviously, is there anybody tuning in from Italy? Where's our audience today? Who's on X? Who's on YouTube?
I gotta be honest with you, Chief. Not a lot of Italians speak English or hang out on Twitter or follow us at the same time. Like a lot of conditions are not happening at the same time.
Yeah, that's like you're kind of the sweet spot. Oh, we've lost Christelle. Okay, I'm no doubt.
Pleasure to serve. It's been a pleasure to serve with Christoph.
Christelle,
All right.
that's it. Christelle's gone, people. It's just me and Alex now.
Short but punchy.
How's it going? How's your week been?
Good cooking. I have a complete 180 degrees turn on social media. We've been spicing it up. I'm going to release some controversial stuff, but it's good stuff. I think it will refocus people on what really matters. And I might share some of those opinions today if people are ready to face it. It's regards Reply Guy. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a good
Well,
thing, Chief.
there's a lot. Yeah, I'm on the fence, but I'm in full reply guy mode at the moment. So
I
I
was
think
too.
it's good to have a variation of opinions. I think the guys on X are going to have a lot more conversation about this than the people on LinkedIn. And I don't really know. Do you do reply guy on YouTube? I'm completely green over there. I don't even know how that works.
We don't know. You don't do Reply Guy on YouTube.
Why not?
It's just not a
Come
thing.
on.
It's just not a
Actually,
thing.
I don't think YouTube. This is one thing I would say about YouTube. It's not great with comments. Like I don't get any, and maybe it's just because I'm new and I don't know how to use it yet. But when I get a comment, there's no notification. If I do make a comment on a video and I get a reply, there doesn't seem to be any notifications for comments and replying, which makes it very difficult because I'd have to like go back to the videos and see if there's comments, and that's just I don't know, but maybe someone else has a different experience.
Well,
I just
maybe.
heart everybody. Whenever I get
Yeah.
any kind of comment, I put a heart and it says like, "Thank you for your feedback. I love you." Even though it's like this video is garbage, I disliked it. I hate AI. Like, thank you so much for your feedback. I wish you a blessed,
Thank
beautiful
you.
day. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
I
Thank
got
you.
like 2 days ago. I got like a super long comment. That's why I'm telling people that perhaps you should double down on YouTube. People spend a lot of time writing comments on YouTube. You might get between like
Okay.
instructions unclear, what should I do? And one of them was like a little novel. And it was a nice comment. It was
Wow.
against my video, but it was a nice comment. And I was like, thank you for the constructive debate.
So
Block.
do you go
No, I'm
in
just
there and
joking.
look, or are you getting notifications?
I'm getting notifications because I don't get like a lot of comments. So whenever I get one, I immediately heart it
Okay.
and then read it. And then I see it's like trolling me. And there's like, thank you for your feedback. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's it. The troll comments are great as well. It's that, you know, a few people have mentioned on X that, especially the AI guys as well, the more hate you're getting sort of equates to your growth. It's like as your account starts to grow,
Yeah.
the more abuse that you get. That's
Yep.
how you know you're
Yep.
leveling up.
Jeffrey says he has an evolved view of Reply Guy. We would love to hear it.
Yes,
It is
please
definitely of
tell us.
interest. Let us know in the comments. I was just telling someone Jeffrey Banks is one of the people you want to go to learn about Reply Guy. Of course, Hendo. Of course, North Star and Finn.
You just missed it. You just missed it, Crystal, because you disconnected for 30 seconds. I have a very controversial new opinion on Reply Guy. I might share it today because I don't think it's good for the small people. You might be surprised. I'm going to make a post about this also tomorrow.
All
Oh,
right.
interesting.
You know, I
This
love
is
your
interesting.
controversial opinions. I look forward to them.
Well, we've got to mix it
Jane,
up.
great to have you here.
We need to be mixing up our opinions as well. We can't all be saying the same stuff. It gets a bit boring, doesn't it? So if you're coming in with this sort of no Reply Guy vibes and Jeffrey's going to be backing you up, it's going to get spicy in here, people.
But I'm telling you, if you want, I can share my opinion. And I have like 5 reasons. I'm not going to show 5 of them. I'm going to make a post tomorrow about the 5 reasons, but I could give you 2. Why? Because the thing is, I noticed for myself, I've been doing Reply Guy, right? And you spend at least 1 hour. And the thing is, what you're doing, you're consuming a lot of random content that's kind of distracting you. I cannot manage to deep focus when I do Reply Guy. And when I notice that every day you do it for 1 hour, it's like, what am I actually getting from this? Views, impressions on social media. Do impressions put bread on your table? No, they don't. You know what put bread on your table? Deep focus, building products and assets, and delivering value to your clients, first of all. Second, who pushes on you Reply Guy? The big accounts, the gurus, the growth hackers. Why? Because that's how they get their paycheck. You know how it works with monetization on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it? It's not on the amount of views that you get on your post, it's the amount of views that you get in the comments. So the big guys, to get their paycheck, they need the little guys to comment because then they put ads. Like X puts ads in their comments, and you as a little guy coming to do Reply Guy, you see the ads, and that's how they get their paycheck. And then they flex it. They flex it later. I'm like, hey, here's how much money I made with Twitter, and here's how fast I'm growing. Be like me. Reply Guy, comment to me. You as a small guy, you're not getting nothing with that. You're not delivering more value to your clients because they're not seeing you. And the comments are not going to make a difference. Yikes.
Interesting.
Alex went too far. I just immediately get like banned from the session. Like I get disconnected. Block. I'm just saying. I prefer a different approach.
I agree with you in many ways. And Hendo knows I've struggled to keep the Reply Guy thing consistent. And I think part of that is just because, yes, I may have a comment that goes like mini viral for me, but if I really look at what happened after that, I'm like, what did I really get out of that?
Views.
At the same time, I'll say, you know, if we take the Reply Guy thing out of it, like calling it that, it's really just, I do want to make sure I'm engaging, right, in other people's content, adding people to lists, doing those things. But for sure, Alex, when it comes to growing a business and monetizing, I did a post about this earlier. Like, I'm glad that I'm not dependent on ad revenue because we see all these people, you know, complaining and they're upset because their check is fluctuating. 1 month they get this. And I shouldn't say I'm so glad. I would love to be getting ad revenue, right? But I'm happy to not be like tied to that in a way. Like my work and the money that I make on X is directly related to what you're saying, the products I'm building, the solutions that I'm providing, the community I'm building. So I'm with you. Like I'm with you. At the same time, I've seen people get really great results with small accounts Reply Guying, but it totally depends on what your goal is. Like if your goal is to grow followers and grow impressions and earn ad revenue, then I think Reply Guy is a great approach for that. But if it's to grow a business and to grow an agency, it depends on what your goals are, is what I would say.
I mean, from what I'm noticing, people at the end of the day, like they still go to like why are they building an audience? For a service, for something. But the thing is, that's why you need to consider, because in my mind,
I don't think
true,
most
not
people,
everyone.
It seems like most people are not actually on social media, which is surprising to me. I don't know why, but just based on the behavior that I see, it doesn't seem like most people on social media actually want to build a business or are serious about that. I think that they care more about the social media metrics and vanity metrics, so that's why they do Reply Guy. And it's why for people like us, we're like, yeah, not into it. I'm not getting the ROI.
Because like I was looking in the mirror for myself, I was checking my notes. That's the last thing I want to say about this, and then we can switch topic, right? Because the thing is, I was looking through my notes, and I was like, because I do automation stuff, so I count every time how much time do I spend. So I was like, oh, this week I spent like 5 hours and 37 minutes doing Reply Guy. If these 5 hours I would just spend, with VoiceFlow or Make.com or talking with more clients, doing more cold outreach, I would have gotten probably 10 times more results doing other stuff. And I'm thinking, also for the other people out there, instead of spending those 3 hours doing Reply Guy, learn to play the guitar, learn Spanish, go for a walk in the park. Would that not be more beneficial, perhaps? I don't know. Just food for thought, folks. Hit them with the slides, Hendo.
It's great food.
No. So I want to jump in on this one as well, because I think I wanted to do an experiment and layer it up and try and do as much as possible. And I think a lot of people are also doing that, because in my experience, from the people that I've spoken to, they want to be on social media. They want to grow a brand. They want to grow their personal brand, but they're stuck and they don't know why they're stuck. And they start lots of different things, and then they're all kind of competing, and then they stop and then they leave because it's not working, because they're trying to do too many things and they're not focusing on one thing. So if you're going to do Reply Guy, do it hard, get it done, and then move on to the other thing. But trying to do all of the stuff at the same time is really challenging. That's what I'm going through at the moment, but I'm managing to keep it together at the moment.
As a professional.
Exactly.
As a professional. Yep.
But it's also like working with clients as well. There's like some clients say, we'll get back to you tomorrow with the feedback, and you don't hear from them for a week. So you're kind of trying to plan your diary and plan your workload as everyone else is. It's like, well, I've got a bit of downtime now. I know, Reply Guy. And then I can get back to creative work, and then I'll build a GPT, and then I'll do some VoiceFlow, and then I'll do some more Reply Guy, and then I'll go to bed for an hour. And
just then skip the Reply Guy. Skip the Reply Guy. Attract people by doing cool. Put the censorship here, like beep. Because that's what I was thinking, right? I could either do Reply Guy, or I can build cool stuff that attracts people, that attracts the Reply Guys. Because they see what I'm building. It's like, hey, I want to comment to get engagement. So I think in my case, I was like, I'm just not building cool stuff. That's what I need to change. Because if I comment more, right, and you get the eyeballs and people come to you, what do they find? Not much. But if you're building and people find like, hey, this guy is an underestimated gem, I should follow him, and they would recommend you to other people. Why? Because you're a builder.
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, the three of us are building stuff all the time. The amount of content that the three of us collectively in our, 140 years of experience.
120.
No, it's less. It's more than that.
ChatGPT hallucinations, like when I ask ChatGPT, can you calculate this? Yeah. 3 plus 5 is 12.
Maybe
Hendo
sure? is actually turning 70, and that's where he's
I'm
getting
actually
the
70.
20 years
I'm
from.
70. I've used ChatGPT to reverse engineer a 70-year-old. That's it. That's what happened. It's the tech works. The tech works, people. So going to take it on a slightly different angle tonight, because last few weeks we've been talking personal brands. That's what we do. We build personal brands. We're building our own. We're building other people's as well. And we're building bridges, according to Darby as well. Love it. We're building bridges everywhere. Let's build more bridges. So what we got to do this week is talk about some other technology, but we've been talking very much focused on ChatGPT and some of the other tools, more text-based. So we wanted to talk about how to build a personal brand and what exactly that might be. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a history lesson on kind of how I started and how I got my personal brand started, which was a bit of a sort of quirky start, but it worked. And that's how I met Christelle and how I met Alex, because I think fundamentally what you need to do is find something that you love. If you love doing Reply Guy, do it. Be the best Reply Guy out there. Or if you're going to do build apps or if you're going to build tech, whatever it is, just
Builders.
make sure that you enjoy it. You know it.
Builders.
Builders. We're all builders. But make sure that you're enjoying it, because you're going to be doing it for a long time. If you're going to be, or if you want a sustainable approach to it, you need to be able to do it for a long time. So I started out doing pictures of strange people that I've never met before on the train, on a subway. And the reason I chose the subway is because you can layer branding into the scenes. And I kind of came up with this quirky idea of having bananas as a little bit of a joke. So people eventually remembered that I was the banana guy on the train. And it was just a quirky start off, but I had 0 followers with this. And from doing this for months and months and months and connecting with lots of different people, I slowly started to build an audience. That's how I met Fabio. It's how I met Cameron, and how I met Christelle and Northstar, by doing caricatures of all these various different people and including part of their brand into it. Myself and Fabio used to always joke about funnels. He was always talking about business funnels. So we were saying, yeah, Fabio's putting the fun back into funnels. Cameron was reciting amazing poetry and writings. He lives in the mountains. So we had this sort of fire persona built around him. And this was amazing. This was how I connected with Luke Matthews as well. Luke was always on X talking about LinkedIn. So I was like, let's call Luke LinkedIn. That's how I connected with him. And then this one of Christelle, I never shared it, but Christelle had this joke about making bread and enjoying bread and had this sort of rainbow grill thing going on.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I've never seen
Enjoying
this
bread.
one. This is
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's a good, that
I
was
do
one. That
love
was one of the
bread.
ones.
I eat bread.
I know you love
Yeah.
bread. Yeah,
I
we all
love bread.
Who doesn't love bread? Like
We all love
Jesus.
bread.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people, it's like bread got a weird rap. But I'm like, no, I'm still a
What?
bread eater. You're Italian.
What?
You wouldn't know. It's in America.
We gotta-
It's a crazy thing.
No, it's like they have the sort of round flat bread, don't they? And they put pineapple on it. That's that pineapple.
Oh no. The bread disrespect.
But what I wanted, one of the things,
Ooh.
sorry, hold on, let me go back. So one of the things that DALL-E was really good for is text. So people are a lot of the content that was on X at the time, there was lots of images and beautiful AI art, but something that wasn't there was images with text. And this is what DALL-E was brilliant for. You could put messaging in there. And I thought, well, if you can have people holding up signs, or you can have the graphics in the train, you can have all that branded. Now, over the last few days, there's a new piece of tech in town called Flux, I think it's called, but it's part
Flux,
of Replicate. And they're using, I'm pretty sure it's like some sort of modeled off Stable Diffusion, and it does text really, really well. And with some clever prompting, you can get the scenes looking really, really realistic as well. So with some distressing and some nice camera effects in there, they look really cool. So I've seen a lot of this over the last few days, which has been fun. And then obviously you can put your own branding into it. So if you're building a personal brand, there's a way that you can get your messages into the pictures as well. So it's like heavily art directed scenes. You don't need to use Photoshop. You don't need to use Canva. This model is free. It's open source. You can just open it up, go for it, and go crazy. You can make 4 images at a time. So you've got a really good opportunity to create lots and lots of cool imagery that's on brand for you. Some of the things as well, like
And this is Replicate.
Yeah, Replicate. Yeah, there's a link at the end of it. You'll notice on the YouTube ad there, he's got 3 arms. So I'm not saying it's perfect. These are done. It could be.
I didn't even notice.
The other arm behind.
I didn't
It's
either.
magic arms
Wait a
coming
minute.
from everywhere. Yeah, it's quite.
This
fun.
is the future. This is how we will look in the future.
3 arms. That's it. Who wants 6 fingers? I want an extra arm. That's where it's going to go.
Yeah, look, I'll take an extra arm.
Yeah. The other thing is like,
That's a really weird looking wrist.
It is, but it's not like it's not perfect. But if you're doing a lot of social media content, like someone sees it, it's like, that's cool. They keep moving. So it's not as if they need to be perfect. If it's client focused, you need to be obviously spending a bit more time on it to get it looking perfect. But if it's just for social media, I recommend you embrace the change, the new technology that's here, and just get busy, because there's more and more of it coming out all the time. So here's me. If I eat too many pineapple pizzas, that's going to be, staying up too late making AI images. And also I was thinking about doing a second series of the Subway thing as well. So we've met lots of new people. So I think it's time to bring out a new version of that, just to add more content, like on top of my reply guy work as well.
Like I work.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah, so if you want to see some more of that, drop me a message on hendoai.com. I can share some of the tips and tricks that I use for the images. Replicate's great. You can find it on this web address here. And also, I've got a really cool newsletter. I'm now pushing myself to do at least 2 a week. So there's lots of shares in there. Yeah, exactly. Going to do it.
Sign up for the newsletter, people.
It was 1 every 10 days. Then it was like 1 every 20 days. It's like, no, come on, Hendo, we can do this. Let's do some more.
After you had us on a wait list for months.
That's, well, at least get a wait list. Get the wait list
Yeah.
going on, people.
Ooh, Darby, fighting words. Darby's
what's
in here
that?
trying to stir it up.
Ooh, she loves the pineapple pizza. All right.
Ooh.
Fair
All
enough.
right. We are
Spicy.
open-minded people here. We are
That's
open-minded
it.
people.
Just
Are
have, you
we?
know, that's,
Oh, wow.
you recognize her PFP, you know who to target later on.
I'm gonna call my cousin
Ah.
Vincenzo.
Venice
you-
AI. I haven't heard of that. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I haven't seen that
Darby said
one.
That's another good one.
Venice.
Has anybody here tried Replicate? I'd love to know. Let us know in the chat. I haven't used it. Now, how does it compare to like Ideogram? That's been pretty great for text. Is there a reason someone would go there over Ideogram? Are they about the same?
I think the picture quality seems to be, I'm not going to say better. It's so far what I've seen is photographs is really good for that. Whereas Ideogram is really good for kind of meme art directed shots and also text made out of stuff. So if you're going to do maybe neon or balloons or some items that are almost like 3D CGI, whereas what I found with Replicate is good for photographs, getting that, like I haven't spent enough time on it, but I've seen some really, really good photographs. I know Halim's made some, Ben's made some, and then there's also some really cool sort of cakes made out of lettering as well. It almost looks like it's been done through one way. Yeah, cakes. Yeah, so it's there's lots going on. Alex, have you got some good stuff to share with us?
I do. You can keep pressing the slide. I don't know if you want to continue because I got like one slide. So as again, you see what I do. I'm kind of talking a lot about AI, mostly offline. I don't post that much on social media. This not the big events because a lot of them just happen offline or just have like calls, clients and stuff like that. But today I have something that I would love to talk about. So you can go to the next one. People already kind of, I hope they know what they do. Right. So what you're going to see here, like, what is this? What am I looking at? Now, I wish I could show you a demo of this, but it would be a bit too complex and it will take us too long to run through all of this. But I can explain to you simply what it does. So you just walk and talk, all right? You pull out your phone, you make a voice recording, and you put it in you share it in your Google Drive. That's it. What happens in the backend with the system that you're seeing there, this voice recording is being taken, is being transcribed, is being properly formatted, is being cleaned, is being grammar improved, and all of this without creating any AI post. So you're not getting their emojis, you're not getting their rocket ship and this kind of stuff, you know, and like hashtags. Is just cleaning what you are talking about, and then it will be sent to a Google Doc with that's like time stamped, so you can see any day, like what was the date when you created this content, what you were talking about, and then it gets also scheduled to multiple platforms for free, which is super cool because I was noticing, for example, first of all, there's these tools like Hype Fury, which is like $20 per month. You have Tweet Hunter, you know, to schedule a post, Twilio, whatever, all of them, and they're like $50, some of them, right, just to schedule posts. And then I was checking one competitor, Buffer. I think like we still talked about this a few weeks ago, but I never actually checked it. I was like, I mean, I use Hype Fury all the time, and I was like, but I do want to post a bit on LinkedIn too. So I started checking a bit the competitors, and then I saw like Buffer is free. Like Buffer is literally $0 for up to 3 platforms. Like, what am I doing? Why am I paying $20 for Hype Fury, and when I can have something like this for like YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn at the same time for free? So the system that you're also seeing here, it's using like the only thing I'm paying for is the API from OpenAI. But I mean, you just load $5 on it and you can run it for like hundreds of times, because now with ChatGPT 4o mini, it's really, really cheap and powerful. So yeah, what you're seeing this is just the beginning, right? And this is like, why did I make this? To make my life simpler, because you either write posts and schedule them and pay for all the stuff, or I just go on a nice walk in the park. I think deeply. I don't get stuck in the timeline and brain rot and distractions. And I was like, I have good ideas when I actually have 1 hour of silence walking in nature. And I have a lot of posts in my mind, but I don't want to type them. I don't want to bring out my phone. So I just talk them. But of course, then it's all a mess, right? It's all garbled there because your thoughts are garbled. That's where AI comes in. It fixes all of this. And I have like nicely scheduled posts. So it doesn't like immediately launch them. You could if you wanted to, but I don't want them. I just want them to be scheduled. I just check them later when I have some better ideas. I can add some images. This, by the way, you can even add extra modules with AI to also create the images if you'd want to. So this is just the beginning. So it's a really cool system that's like free, and it can help you a lot in content creation and social media management. So you don't have to be glued all the time to your screen and get distracted by the timeline, because this is what was one of my problems. Every time I logged in, and I was doing, for example, Reply Guy, I get distracted. I feel my anxiety rising. And I was like, oh, but I have stuff to do. I wanted to do this project. I'm not doing it. So at the end of the day, I got in 40 comments and I didn't build any automations. I didn't build any cool AI stuff. And I was like, why are my clients paying me for? Right? So that's why I took a step back. I reevaluated the whole Reply Guy concept and what I'm doing on social media. And I created automations for myself. So I will improve this. And yeah, if somebody wants it, just feel free to DM me and I can send you the blueprint, how it works, and you can just basically set it up by yourself. And I also added the full video tutorials on YouTube. If you just go on YouTube and you search Alex Northstar, you're going to find me rambling for 5 minutes about this. But it's pretty decent. It's a bit entertaining, I would say. So there you go. The automation sauce, so you don't have to be overwhelmed by social media. Just go for a walk in the park and talk. That's it. Simple.
Yeah, it's really good, Alex. There was we had, so there was a guy, Justin was on our Justin Hart was on Daybreak a few weeks ago, and he had a sort of similar system where he'd added an extra module to it, which was, I think, using DALL-E. And
yeah,
I can't remember the exact system that when he prompted it, I think he was writing an email at the beginning, and then there were certain keywords in the email would then create the image from it as well. With your system, when you recorded it, you create a voice recording and then you put that to your Google Drive. Is that how it works?
Yeah. So I just like create like with any app, basically, like any of these like free voice recording apps that you have on your phone, you talk on the phone and then it allows you to share it, right? You can send it on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or on your Google Drive. So I put it in my Google Drive, and this thing is made that it searches my Google Drive every 15 minutes. So whenever it finds a new recording, it will process it. And we'll go through this whole loop. I don't have to do nothing. And then I check on Buffer and my posts are scheduled with actually decent, deeper ideas. Instead of just posting shallow stuff or just like finding the latest AI news that are also kind of becoming redundant and useless. Because my clients don't ask me for the latest AI news. I'm not sure how much value is in that. So might as well give them automations, right?
And with so you said you can, so I've used Make very basically. Can you share the blueprint? So if you create something, you can then just, is there a file format that's specific for Make, or how does that work?
Yeah. So basically you have the option here to just export this blueprint. Blueprint is going to be in a JSON format, which is like super, super small way. And then when you go in your make.com profile, you can just import it. It's the same with VoiceFlow too, where you can just like import these ready-made blueprints and they just work. You just have to make the connections though. So once you import, you have to connect it to your Google Drive, to set up your API with OpenAI, and to connect to your Buffer account. So that's up to you to do.
And one last question, because I love this. This is brilliant. I think we've spoken.
I know you go for a walk. I know you go for a walk a lot with the dogs. I was like, why would you be going with your phone and posting and getting distracted when you could just talk with it, put the phone back in your pocket, and you have your 5 posts per day?
Yeah, for sure. Because the workflow that I had was, record something either on Otter or record it directly into ChatGPT. But then there's the manual part of it that then, you got to make short forms, long forms, whatever those posts are going to be.
We don't do that here.
Yeah. Okay. So then the question was, so say, for example, I'm having a conversation, I have a recording that goes in, and then do you have the secret sauce that exists within ChatGPT that then creates either short forms, long forms, or platitudes or whatever? You have a setup for that.
Yeah, so what you're seeing, this one that you're mentioning is basically the third module on the right that you're seeing there. So all the OpenAI, the green ones, right? The first one is Whisper, the one that actually transcribes voice to text. The second one that you see is to clean it up. And the third one is I'm telling it like, hey, if the input that you're getting is more than 280 characters, break it down. And if you check the YouTube video, you're going to see basically how it works. Because then you're going to have the problem with buffer. If it's too big, it's not going to post it, right? If it's bigger than 280 characters. And actually, I talk a lot, and I'm okay with that. I don't want to talk a little to be posted. So what's going to happen is two things. It's either short enough and it's going to be posted, or it's going to be saved in your Google Docs. It's going to create a new doc. And inside the Google Doc, as I said, the third module is actually takes what you talked, if you talk for like half a page, and it breaks it into mini tweets. And it doesn't add, ChatGPT talk, because it's all based on you. It just cleans it up a bit, because I didn't want AI that generates posts for me because they're garbage. I wanted my posts improved with AI and automation, so I don't have to spend time copy pasting, opening different software, and paying for all these tools that have been just bleeding me dry for no reason when this is free. Make.com, you can use it for free. You have like less operations, but it's essentially you have all the functions to it if you use the free account. The only thing you need is the OpenAI key, which is really cheap.
Yeah, this is brilliant. And having your own system is perfect, because being able to customize it, because all the other ones is there's always something not quite right. You're kind of getting them like 80% good, not perfect. There's always something that's kind of missing. So you end up with lots of different tabs open, lots of different other workflows. And it's like, what workflow am I in now? Yeah, this is great. And
they have errors sometimes. So you have like errors, for example, with HypeFury was like, oh, our API is down, it's not working, and I can't do nothing. I was like, why am I paying for the service then? Meanwhile, with this one, it's either posted or it's saved in my document. So I can just like copy it, put it in Twitter, and it's good to go. Even if it's a long post, which is valuable because I don't have to actually, write it all down. I just talk for 5 minutes in the park.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I want to play with that one for sure.
You know what I love about this is that not only are you able to save a ton of money by not signing up for these, I find them to be so expensive, like $50 a month. And a lot of times they're just limited to like one platform, like you're not even getting multiple platforms. So I love about this, you can do, I think you can do 1,000 automations for free with Make. Is that right? It's
1,000. Like that. Yeah, you can do 1,000. Yeah. But the paid plan, you can get like for like $18. You can for $18, you get like 10 times more operation. So it's much cheaper than Zapier. That's the thing, because people are saying, why not using Zapier? Why would I pay double for the same stuff?
But the amazing thing is that people can build this for free. So you don't even need to pay anything upfront. You can get Buffer for free. Google Drive is free. You'd have to pay for ChatGPT, like you said, but it's so minimal. That's really basically all that you're paying for here. And what I love about this, again, not only are you saving money because you've developed a system now to where you don't have to pay these bigger companies, and you get more done because you'll be able to send this to multiple platforms. But, and this is why I totally agree with you on the reply guy thing at the end of the day, you've built a business here. Like this is now a full-blown product that other people are going to want. And yes, you've offered it here to us as a blueprint, which is really great and super, super valuable. And I hope you all take Alex up on that offer because it's huge. This is the kind of thing that can take hours to learn how to build. Once you learn, it becomes easier to do, but the learning process can take some time. And so people can really skip that, start with the blueprint. But like I said, it's not just that. You have a business here and an offering for people. And if you create this kind of content and you show people that you're building like this, then it establishes credibility, it establishes authority. And that's when you start getting those DMs that are like, oh, hey, is this a service you provide? Because even though Alex is showing us the behind the scenes, right? And he's offered a blueprint. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, after my however many years I've been doing live social audio and social media, most people do not want to build it themselves. Even if you provide them the blueprint or the template, many people still do not want to do it themselves. They'd rather hire someone, hire you, And the beautiful thing about this, you spend some time building it, right? Setting it up. And then after that, you just, I mean, it's just maintenance every month, just a few
Yeah,
minutes
yeah,
and you
yeah.
can replicate this. This is a business model that can be replicated. So I mean, I agree. I would much rather see someone spending time building this, setting it up, learning how it works, and then promoting it, creating content on it, showing how you're using it for your own content, and then just reply guying.
And it attracts
So
people,
I'm
I
with
can
you,
tell you. So I
Alex.
check my statistics. Like I check my statistics in bio because I've been doing this for 2 days. I've been doing almost no reply guy, only for friends and supporters, right? People that I really respect. Friends, of course, I answer because I like this, but not the reply guy. Like, oh, I need to get in my 30 comments per day. I could not care more about this. And I jumped like in 30 new followers. I was stuck for like 5 days at like 11,689 followers. I did a couple of these, and today I'm like at 11,722 because it attracts people. I got a couple of DMs on this, and I'm going to give this to the people in my workshop. The people that are going to join me on the 17th of August, I'm actually going to make like a live workshop of 2 hours, and I'm building for them, right? This is why people would pay money to get instead of just like spending time engaging on social media when I don't have stuff to give, right? So that's why I think the value is in building, because then you have stuff to give when people come at you. But if you generate the audience and you just exchange opinions with people, and then they come and it's like, hey, okay, I like your comments. What do you got? Do you have something? I like, because me for a long time I didn't have, because I was overwhelmed with just the social media engagement. I was like, I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna go back to building. And until now, it's been working quite well, to be honest. The real metrics here are the Stripe payments, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Which is why I had to take a huge shift, because I'm like, we were putting in hours on spaces and hours on content and reply girling. And it's like at the end of the day, what I'm seeing here, and I've been seeing it, especially over the past few weeks, and especially lately with all this controversy over ad revenue and people saying, this
Peanuts.
woman, what's her name? I can't remember. She's like, everyone has seen my post. And I'm like, actually, I've never heard of you until today. I never saw your post. So, but anyways, what I'm seeing is there's a difference between this like traditional way of being a content creator where it's like you're here and I'm working for the platform and I've got to bust out content, I've got to bust out the replies in order to get the ad revenue. And then you're seeing this other way of doing it. I would say people like us and in our community that are interested in what we're building, that are really here to build, and whether it's their brand, their business, their community. And not saying that some of those content creation strategies don't have their value, but they don't have the same value if you're here with a very specific mission of growing a business and an agency. They just don't. I agree with you. I mean, I haven't been here as long as you, but I would say that what I've been seeing over the past few months totally confirms what you're saying. And I'm glad that I made
Yeah.
the shift,
Yeah.
because, yeah,
I also
it's
got peace of mind, to be honest. Like one of the things that, because I love
great.
honestly deep focus. Like whenever I do this multitasking social media, I get easily addicted to it. And then I feel this lingering anxiety whenever I don't comment for 1 hour. And then these last days, I've been like focusing for 5 hours straight. My girl saw me. She thought I was a psycho because I didn't move. I didn't go to the bathroom. I was just here creating the stuff. And then I was like, but in the end, I had results here, right? I have stuff that I was happy to share in my newsletter, give to the people in the workshop, show my friends around. And also, what I've been doing, I've been checking the people I respect. And the thing is, they have massive audiences because they build cool shit. That's why people reply guide to them, because they have cool stuff to show. So I was like, I'm not building enough cool stuff. That's the harsh truth. And I can do as much, commenting as I want. Because if I would go tomorrow and I say like, hey, I just built $1 million business, I would just be flying. I don't need to do any replies because people will just come to you because you got results with something, right? It's not about business, but it's about taking some action, right? Getting something that people are attracted to. And that's why, like, I thought in my mind, is like, we need to do more. And I don't know, just, I don't want to say engage less, but it's about where you allocate your time and effort, right? Is it in your craft, in your skills, or is it in connecting with people? And I think if you hone your skills and craft, you will attract people.
it's valid points for sure. I think some of the challenges that some of the smaller accounts have that are new is trying to get noticed, first of all, and the challenges that they have. So what can those people do? And to get their numbers up, this is another conversation that we had at the weekend. There was a space with Yvonne and Alex Utopia and a number of other people. And there was some big accounts in there as well, giving their examples of how X has changed. LinkedIn's a different story because I think it's in continual flux. Some people have had problems on the platform. They've been blocked or shadow banned because of the content. I don't think so, but other issues that are happening there. So it is a challenge.
My soul really won't let me reply guy over there.
Yeah, LinkedIn's a tough crowd for sure. It is. But it's also like people have connected with me through LinkedIn from it as well. And it's just it's because of the
You meet the CEOs.
Yeah.
Like I'm in like negotiation with 2 companies now to basically work with them for like some educational projects. And that's the huge value of LinkedIn that people are sleeping on.
I
like
get
on
so
Twitter,
much more out of DMing on LinkedIn than reply guying. I just go straight for the DMs and I'm getting a lot more results than reply guying. I'm not reply guying on LinkedIn. I'm just not. And I think after this conversation, I'm probably not going to do it on, or at least I'm not going to heavily pressure myself because there is this like, you didn't reply guy today. You didn't reply guy today.
Same. But I was like, but what value am I really generating with the reply guy, right? So I was like, today you got your extra 2,000 views for what exactly? Like, are you looking for impressions or for some meaningful results with your work, your connections, and what you do? And that was for me, like kind of hit me like a truck where I was like, I don't know if reply guy is actually making me a worse man.
Look, we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So if you feel like all of your dreams are being burst by Alex Northstar, we want to encourage you.
Kick me out of the session.
You have to know where you are in this. Okay, everyone's at different points. That's why I said it's so important to know what your goals are. And there are a lot of people out there that have met whatever goals they have based on reply guying. I think the point here is, look, Kate says, burn my dreams. No, we don't want to burn your dreams. But it is really refreshing for me personally to hear your thoughts on this, because it does relieve some of that pressure. And I bet by relieving some of that pressure, I will spend more time building. And I'll say, when my content, I remember there was this period where I was really focused on apps and agents and voice flow. That is when I had the highest level of engagement. I was getting more clients.
See, you are confirming what my theory is.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I needed to hear this. I was not only building, but I was creating content about what I was building. So we were doing a lot of live building, and it was key.
And when they come to you, you have value to give. When they come to you, you have value to give. That's the thing, because you actually built something.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the opposite, where you go out there and you hunt for their attention, and then you got it, and what do you do then?
Exactly, because me doing a reply on some random post, and maybe I get 30,000 impressions, but then they come to my profile, and it really has nothing to do with what my reply was. Like, that's not whatever they got out of the reply. If they come to my profile, that's not what they're getting. So I'm with you.
I'm on the fence. I'm still. I like it. I enjoy it. But
look, don't give me a reason to abandon reply. Sorry, go ahead, Enda.
No, well, I enjoy it. I'm kind of doing lots of stuff at the moment though, because I've made GPTs, I've done voice flow. I'm enjoying the meme world at the moment, but I'm trying to keep all the memes design and creative related. And then all my reply guy, I'm trying to keep it relatively creative, not just random responses. Don't give me those eyebrows, Northstar.
No. I'm like, I love it when you engage, because I know you have a unique way of engaging, but I also know that you're overwhelmed. So that's what I'm saying. Do like me, take a audit of your time, and it's like, see how much is it serving you. But
I also think this is something that Coach Jacob was talking about last week on Daybreak, is about doing things at the same time, and I do a lot of that. But I also enjoy it. working on one thing, taking a break for 15 minutes, working on that, going back to the other piece. And those little 15-minute breaks are reply guy. But also, like, it's not, listen,
When do
I'm
you
not
rest,
online all the
Hendo?
time.
When do you rest? When do you rest? Get some rest, man.
I do rest.
Enjoy some
I have-
nature.
Yeah, I have. I'd say close to 3 hours sleep a night. You know, that's
example.
about right, isn't it?
You got this.
No,
I got it, man,
Hendo
I
needs
got it.
more sleep.
Listen, nah,
Hendo
come on.
needs more
I get-
sleep.
I'm on about 8 hours sleep a night, which is good. Dog walking, meme making, keeping the clients happy, making tech, building websites. Come at me, people. Come on.
I love it.
All right,
love
you're safe
it.
for this week. You're safe for this week.
For a week. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
I
you all.
won't totally abandon reply guide, but I will relieve the pressure. How about that? That's a good mix.
I will talk with friends. So
Thank
that's the
you,
thing. So I
everyone.
talk with friends, right? I talk with my mentors. Like when I see content that I really like, of course I reply. But like going out there to get like 50 comments in per day because the gurus tell you to do that, why are you doing it? Because they're getting the ad revenue paycheck. That's why it's not you, it's them. Because you're there in their comments to feed their ads. How is it serving you? How?
Interesting.
Is that not the sort of social
Interesting.
media pyramid scheme that we've got?
I was
like-
just about to
Absolutely
say, this is
not.
This sounds like a reply guide Ponzi scheme.
It is.
Some
On
people,
that
some
note,
big gurus
thanks,
would not like to
everyone.
hear this.
Exactly.
And I
been a
get
great
banned from
show.
Twitter. Or I'm
Blocked.
just gonna check my DMs. I'm gonna check my DMs after this. Like, yikes. Some people really hate me
Please
for this,
keep-
but it is what it is.
Please keep replying to our posts. Thank you.
Yeah.
Only for us three. Us three always reply day and night. Thank you. We love you.
Yeah, somebody asked a question as well. Said that we ignored a question. I'm trying to find it. I don't know what it was. So
Uh-oh. Ignore
yeah,
a
it was in the-
question.
it
Us?
was in the messages.
Oh, no,
yeah,
no,
I don't know
no.
what it was.
I'm scrolling.
haven't
I
seen
don't
it.
see a question.
Yeah, they
I
said
don't
we
see
ignored
not
a
one
question.
Question mark
don't wanna
in this
do that.
whole. Nope, we missed you. Maybe you can put it
No.
back.
Write again the question. We're gonna answer it.
Yeah, we're here.
We
But
got
listen,
you.
everybody, thank you for joining us. Your support does mean a lot to us. It does keep us going. Video's a different beast to do in spaces, but we do enjoy it. We're back tomorrow, myself and Christelle, with Daybreak episode. Can't remember.
10, I think.
10. No, is it 11? No, it's 10. It
Is
is.
it
Episode
11?
10. Episode 10.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 10 tomorrow. And yeah, we've got some spicy stuff to talk about tomorrow. Oh, we do. Thank you, Alex Northstar. It's always fun. Christelle, look after yourself. See you tomorrow. Let's have some hearts.
All right. Tell people where to follow us. Tell people where to follow us. And give them your website, newsletter. Let them know where they can get more value out of this.
Yeah, the newsletter, Hendo AI on the profile newsletter. Creative AI Times is my newsletter. That's where you're going to get all the spicy stuff. And that's going to be going out hopefully twice a week. Hopefully. Planning. Fingers crossed. Alex, what about you,
Nice.
brother?
In my case, you find me at northstarbrain.com. My newsletter is aisecondbrain.io, and I'm going to host a workshop in around 2 weeks because next week I'm going to Serbia. It's going to be pretty epic. There might be a lot of alcohol involved, but I'm going to be a responsible man. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to have, this workshop on Saturday is going to be great. And then September, maybe California, that's also going to be wild.
Wow.
Enjoy.
Christelle.
Awesome. Well, Friday is going to be very special. We are celebrating Hendo's big birthday, so hopefully you all can come. We're having a birthday party Friday, 2 p.m. This is also time for our next One Click Creator launch. So if you have something you want to launch, anything, it could be your newsletter, a cool post that you did. So that's Friday. Really excited about that. That is in my pinned post. So if you go to my bio, you will see it right there.
I've
Come
never had a
celebrate
birthday.
the Hendo.
I've never had
What'd
a
you
birthday
say?
on the internet. I've never had a birthday on the internet before, so this is going to be.
I've never
Internet.
thrown an internet birthday party, so we'll see.
Amazing. Let's see how it works out. Thank you, everybody. See you all soon. Thanks, guys. Always fun.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a blessed day. Ciao.
Ciao.